I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Everybody, and welcome back. Another awesome day on Pulse Chain. Woo! And of course, we can't forget on the 28th, we had Richard Hart speaking, and he said the match is nearly struck. Be ready for greatness. And we've seen just a little bit of eye-opening, just opening events happening on the old Pulse Chain, and the bags are starting to pump. Yeah, boy. It's going to be pretty cool. And yeah, it's going to be fun to see. We got a lot of things happening in the house, of course. Going to be pretty interesting to see where everything is going from here, for sure. What else do we got? We got a few people in the house too. We got DJ and Hexkin 5555. Good to see DJ and Hexkin. Big welcome. And we got Property View in the house as well. Nice. Yeah, everything going up. It's pretty good. It's just the opening round from the looks of it. Opening round. We're expecting some more stuff from Liberty Swap, of course. A Liberty Swap out there. Man, they're bigger posters than just about everybody else out there. They got so much bullish stuff happening, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Big shout out Hexagrator, good to see you as well. And yeah boy, for sure. We got Brennan in the house as well. Let's rub some sticks together and make some fire. Like that, Brennan. And Matt and Barley's in the house as well. Woohoo! Let's go. Good to see Matt as well. Matt and Barley, aka Perth. Green candles, green shirts. Yeah. It's going to be pretty cool. All right, so let's get into it, folks. Let's get into the show. We're going to kick it off with the stock market. We're going to embellish today. We're going to embellish about Pulse Chain and, of course, Liberty Swap and see where that goes. So I hope you guys enjoy the content. I guess we got to share the show first, right? Let's share the show, get that up and running. The Monster Thread is out, of course. Monster Thread number 12. Making record views, so get out there and read the Monster Thread, the Pulse Chain Weekly News. Big shout out to MBS Crypto Editor-in-Chief there. Publication, of course, of the Kryptonite Show. Looking good. And, of course, let's post the show there. So post, what I normally write, share the show. Share show on X, and bam. All right, just takes a moment to hit the repost button. And, of course, if you're on YouTube, you can also hit the share button as well. So smashed it out, guys. Smashed it out. I think I just put my handle, did I? Yeah, I didn't even put the show. The show's down the bottom here. Let me get the show. What am I doing? I'm losing it. Let's put that out as well. I'm going to post the actual show this time. Post the show. Sometimes it happens. Let's do that again. So share show on X. This is the real link, guys. And it's got three arrows. So share that around if you can. And that is the link there. That is the correct link. The other one's the profile, so give us a follow as well. Give us a follow and just take a moment to share that around on X. Really helps a lot. All right. Without further ado, should we get into it? Should we get into the show? Let's go. All right. Bam. Let's go. Let's get into the stock market. Here we go. So stock market today, S&P 500 slips after record high. Federal rate decision is eyed. So obviously that two-day meeting is on. So we're looking forward to that, right? And we can see Dow Jones at the moment down 0.5%, 204 points to 44,632. S&P 500 down 1/3%, 19 points to 6,370. We've got the Nasdaq there down 0.4%, 80 points to 21,100. They're all on a little bit of a pullback there. Let's look at commodities. We've got the US dollar is up slightly to 98.7. That's pretty cool. And we've got the commodities there. West Texas at $69 and Brent oil at 71.77. Up 3.5%, so a big rise there in oil prices. We've got gold there at the moment is up slightly at 3,382, up $1, and silver there $38.36, just consolidating, I guess, before it was a go over 40, right? That's kind of where we are with the commodities. I guess the oil price there may be responding, I don't know, to some of the Southeast Asian, conflicts going on there at the moment, but we'll see. We had US trade talks continue, and stroking uncertainty. We've still got this a little bit of back and forth. I think it's mostly heading in the right direction, but got to get that over the line, and President Trump's got to sign off on that, just like President Xi in China there. But of course, there's a lot of power plays in China, and also the economy's in a bit of trouble. So we'll see how they go. They've got the rare earths, they've got some special stuff that they can leverage with. So we'll have to see where that is going. But James and Greer, US Trade Representative, said we're going in the right direction. So that's really cool. But stop short of offering any clue as to whether both parties are close to a deal. But they're definitely heading in the right direction there with that next meeting. If the pause of China's tariffs aren't extended, goods from China will be subjected to April 2nd Liberation Day levels. And of course, both sides had previously agreed on preliminary trade pacts earlier this year, which cooled as intensifies trade war marked by rapid escalating tit-for-tat tariffs and the squeezing off of crucial rare earth mineral exports. Federal Reserve meeting, of course, is in play. And of course, we're looking for a rate cut potentially. The market's not expecting it. But if we did have a surprise rate cut, that would be absolutely hyper bullish for the market, particularly for crypto and altcoin season. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Fed Chair Jerome Powell has recommended a wait and see approach, and of course, this fits with the Democrats, right? The Democrats want to do that. All the stats are looking really good for inflation. I think we're currently expecting about 2.4% now. I mean, we're still sitting in this low zone. It's just above the range, right? 1 to 2%. 0 to 2%. Yeah, it's 2%, is it? And as the policy makers there wait for more clarity around the impact of Trump's administration's aggressive tariff agenda, but really we haven't seen anything really with that. And some people are arguing, previous stocks and all sorts of stuff like that. But I think we're going to have hardly anything impacted from tariffs relative to because it's really just a price shock. And I think that's probably going to fade through. And of course, a lot of the industries are already facing dumping. So, really, it's not going to impact the price there. With a couple of members recently calling for lower interest rates. And so this is the talk of the town. There's a few rumors going around, potentially a 1% cut and all sorts of stuff. But we'll see what they come up with. US President Donald Trump on Monday called the Fed Reserve to cut interest rates. And of course, this would propel the US economy. It's the last real big thing, right? Trump's managed to get oil prices down, relatively speaking. But got to get interest rates down for the monetary side of the economy, right? Not just the real economy. The Bank of Japan also holds a key meeting Thursday, expected to keep rates unchanged. So that is going to be a key focus for us going forward. We've got a lot of data coming out this week, including the JOLTS job report. We've got ADP private pay. I don't know if that's out actually yet, but the ADP private payrolls on Wednesday and jobless claims on Thursday, and of course job report Friday. So lots of economic data there for the Fed to consider moving in. Not from this meeting, but into September, which is when we're actually expecting at least a bit of a rate cut there, maybe quarter of a percent. Now, we are in major earnings season period, right? We've got the major 7. We've got 5 of the 7 this week. I think we had 2 last week. And so far, the returns have been really solid. So I think something over 6%. And we're expecting hopefully some big things here from the Magnificent 7. So we've got Meta and Microsoft on Wednesday, followed by Apple and Amazon on Thursday. So that's kind of where we're looking to at the moment, and those can help move markets. So let's see what happens there. That is pretty much it at the moment. Let's go to the Fed rate monitor. We're going to have a quick look at the Fed rates because this is the most important thing for our altcoin season is this interest rate cut. And we know Richard Hart looks at it very, very closely. We've got about 18 hours to go until that decision from Jerome Powell there coming out of that meeting. At the moment, 97% of the market is expecting a no change right there at the moment. So that's kind of where we are. But on the 17th of September, the next meeting, we are expecting a 0.25%. The market's expecting a 0.25% rate cut. 2/3 of the market almost expecting that. But, we should be getting probably a 1 percentage point. We should be going way down because, if inflation's around 2.5%, we should be heading there with the federal funds rate. And normally a 1-to-1 is a good rule of thumb. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. We'll keep a tabs on that. Could be some excitement if we do get a cut. That could be really, really fun there coming out in only 18 hours. So keep a watch out for that. That moves us into crypto, of course. But before we get to there, let's talk to our friends in the chat. We've got a few other things here. Matt in Bali says, "Can I send you a green shirt for grand final day, Superman?" Lol, says Matt. We got a green machine on top. Sends price. Yeah, boy, yeah, says Brennan. Okay. I can do certain things on the green screen. We've got a lot of green on the screen already with the old Superman under pain of kryptonite. Crypto League is in the house, brother Superman. Hey, good to see you, Crypto League. Big shout out. And welcome. We got Matt in Perth should be a Bears supporter. That says Brennan. Hard one, Brennan, to hold the top of the rest of the way, that then take it out, but hoping grand final week not far away. Looks like it's lining up for the big pump fest. It does indeed. We got only crypto in house there. Greatness is happening. Sure is happening. Hex Creator in the house as well. America. And I don't know if you've seen all the drama around. Is it Sweeney, the lady girl Sweeney doing some gene ad, and of course talking about white supremacy and nonsense like that. I thought they wiped out all the white people on TV. I thought they got rid of them, especially the males. The males are all gone. All the white males are gone. I don't know who's the racists are, but it looks like the people that are calling racist are the racists. That's the way it goes. Brendan's in the house there. Matt, I think their draw for the rest of the season is possibly they can't win all of them games or a couple of close ones. That's true. Midnight Madness in the house there. Only 4 months left in the bull run. That's from Midnight Madness. I don't know about that. I think it's going to be a bit longer than that, but you're quite right in terms of the power of the next 4 months. It's going to be unbelievable. That's for sure. Midnight Madness, I agree with that. Be years like or be gone. That is true. That is true. Mikey's cracking up there. Mikey, yeah. Brendan says Mikey cracking up, but I don't know. All right, so it's always great to read the mods in the chat. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. All right, let's get into the crypto market. We had some drama apparently over Hyperliquid. Did you guys hear about that? Hyperliquid. These guys are talking league in the chat. I should start the sports show. We got market cap at the moment 3.93 trillion. Down 4.2%, and we're sitting at the 17,820 coins. It keeps going up, that number. And at the moment, we've got Bitcoin at the moment sitting at 117,800, slightly lower than yesterday, right? We're sitting about 118 yesterday, so we're down 0.1%. Ethereum there is sitting pretty solid at 3,788. We thought we might get to 4,000, and Tom Lee was expecting 4,000 by the end of the month. I guess we've got one more day to see if that happens. It's definitely doable, of course. This is crypto, and we've got the Fed coming out, so we'll see. Flat today at the moment based on this. Let me do a refresh just so we got the latest and greatest. Might have got stuck there. We got XRP is up 0.4% at $3.13. BNB is at number 5 is down 2.3% at $804. Solana at number 6 is down 1% at $181. We've got Dogecoin at number 9 down 1% at 22 cents, and then we've got Tron there at number 10 is actually up 4.9% at 33.8 cents. So a nice little movement there on Tron. I guess some honorable mentions will be Cardano. They're sitting at number 11 and down at number 14. We've still got Hyperliquid, so there hasn't been a wipeout of Hyperliquid. And I checked Hyperliquid on X, and I couldn't see any announcement about any flash crash, but I saw some images online. So I don't know. We got some comments about that. We got Brendan says Superman makes good for a sports commentator. I appreciate that, Brendan. Thank you very much. Go Parramatta. Go Newcastle. What's it? The Newcastle Knights. Go to Newcastle Knights. They're going to need my support. All right. So I can't see anything really happening with Hyperliquid here. So it looks pretty still intact. So there we go. What else? Let's have a look at the best performer over the last 24 hours. Has pretty much been XRP up 0. Oh no, Tron there at number 10 up 4.9%, followed by XRP up 0.2%. Best performer for the week is Tron because it had such a good day today, up 7.8%, followed by BNB up 3.5%, and then Ethereum up 2.1%. Those are the top 10 results. Top 100, we got Kronos still leading the way. Athena's dropped a couple of spots down to number 3, but Kronos there is at 16.1%. Story IP been a good performer too, up 16.1%. Athena, which has been up in either number 1 or number 2 spot the last 5 days or something, that's at up 14%. And then we got Tron from the top 10, looking pretty good, up 7.8%, and then Bitcoin Cash 7.6%. I wonder how much Bitcoin Cash Richard Hart has. As well. So there we go. On the rich list, no doubt. Who knows? So speculating, but reasonable. We got top gainers in the 1,000. Should we go look at that? We got Omni Network. We got KuCoin, and we got ICA there, and they're all up trending in the top 1,000. Let's have a quick look at Omni Network, sitting at number 327, so it's pretty highly ranked. And it looks like it's been around for how long? It's been around since the 29th of July, so it's only 1 day, is it? Pretty much 1 day. It was pretty flatlined at $2.67, had a big pump to $7, and currently sitting at $5.30. It seems to be on its own network course. And do we have a website? I guess we do. So we might see this rally up big time. We'll see. But there we go. Omni, every user. So you may want to check that if you're interested in another network blockchain. It's already got a lot of things on it. We're not going to break that down too far, but that is basically the idea. Let's have a look at the next one. We've had a flippening. The other one got flipped out, so Trollers entered instead, and Trollers sitting at 812. It's been around how long? 29th of July as well. This is a brand new coin as well. What the fudge is? I got it on the 24 hour. That's why I got it on the 24 hour. I changed it for the Hyperliquid. I think that's why I changed it, because normally it's on like max, and I changed for Hyperliquid before the live stream to see what the price was doing. April 21st, so a couple of months, been around for a couple of months. It was at 5,800 of a penny. It's now at 4.5 cents, and is on Solana chain there. And did we look at this yesterday? I don't remember. Yeah, we did. We looked at this yesterday, so still trending again today. There we go. And of course, it's pushed higher, isn't it? Pushed higher on the old troll. The troll is trolling us on the live show, which is pretty hilarious. And then, of course, next we got Kuka coin there. Kuka coin. Yeah, I thought Omni Network had been around longer than a day. I thought it'd been around longer than a day. I might have to go back. We got a Kuka coin at number 740. It's come in the mix there. Look at that chart. Looking actually pretty good on the max. Launched pretty much March the 8th there, and it's just hyper pumped just over the last sort of 24 hours. So there we go. What did it go to? Went from about $1.60, $1.06 yesterday. It's now $1.60. It's on Solana chain as well. Let's have a quick look at the website. See what it's all about. So it looks like some sort of meme coin, is it? Kuka there. I don't know what country is that from. Does anyone recognize what it might be from? Yeah, I don't know. It's a friendly discussion with Gate.io. Looks like they might have an upgrade plan with Gate.io, some sort of relationship there. Yeah. So we are Kuka, who are found on some small islands off the west of Western Australia. So this looks like an Australian one. I guess it sounds like Australian, actually, now I'm thinking about it. So probably lives near some of these guys like Brennan and stuff in Australia here. Matt, maybe you guys know, you guys have one of these as your pet. Maybe you have one of these as a pet. It's got the details there. Good old Kuka there. Australia getting in the mix on the meme coins. So that is pretty much it on the old crypto markets. So yeah, 3.939 trillion, down 4%, but Bitcoin holding pretty decently at 117,800, only down slightly from yesterday. Ethereum also holding pretty close to 3,800. That is where we are at the moment. Of course, we're expecting huge things for Ethereum this year, with a target on its back of 15,000 US dollars. But people are now talking about the top of the cycle being $30,000 to $60,000. I'm not kidding you. People are talking about $30,000 to $60,000 now at the top of the cycle. And of course, we know some big players are moving in. So maybe that's possible, right? Maybe that's possible. Who else have we got there? We got some other people in the house. So let's go quickly check them. Don't forget to repost the show on X as well. It really helps a lot. Just takes a second of your time. So get out there and do that. Thank you very much. Hexgrade is excited. Woohoo! Let's go. And we got Fat Sammy in the house. A big shout out, Fat Sammy. And Fat Sammy was in the monster thread this week, looking good, making some fantastic calls. Big shout out to Fat Sammy. And Fat Sammy's actually doing a lot of stuff around the community on PulseChain, vlogs and insights and everything like that. So doing a great job there. So big shout out there. We got Tyndale in the house there. Tyndale reposted the stream. Thank you so much, Tyndale. Always appreciate that. And notice it virtually every day. So big shout out for that one. Brendan in the house as well. Long live the Newcastle Knights. Mate, long live them. Long live the Newcastle Knights at the bottom of at the top. Sorry, Brendan. At the top of the list. Yeah. Go the Newcastle Knights. Go the Newcastle Knights, guys. Tomorrow's crypto news today. That's correct, Tyndall. That's correct. I'm streaming from New Zealand at the bottom of the world at the beginning of time. That's pretty much it. We got 2026 is our year. It certainly is. It certainly is. And what else there? Solana Ducks, says Hexgrader. Solana Ducks. I think they're pronounced, what's it? Kuka or Quika. Yes, native animal here, says Brennan. Yeah. I guess do all Australians have one as a pet? I don't know. Pretty wild in Australia. Pretty wild, especially in the outback, right? Especially in the outback. All right. So I was going to look up something before I jumped ahead here, but maybe we'll just leave that. And let's see. I just want to quickly check the strategic reserve again. Should we do that? Let me just do that while we're waiting. Here we're sort of intermission between sections here on the show. We got some new funky things going on here, guys. We got some new funky things. Oh my gosh, we got new news, guys. Breaking news. Breaking news. Puppy power. Puppy power. All right, let's go. All right, let's go to the screen. Let's go to the screen. Bam. Strategic reserve. You know, guys, now I've been talking about this for quite a bit of time. This is really the fuel. If you're wondering what's the rocket fuel going to be fueling altcoin season and Ethereum, and of course, indirectly, fueling Pulse Chain as well. This is separated from Richard Hart and of course all his moves, generally speaking, but it is directly related because we have the Pulse Chain Strategic Reserve. But look, we got total ETF ETH holdings here. 17-day streak, all-time high. Look at that beautiful little sign. That's a new little digit there. It's pretty cool. Total strategic ETH reserve, 2.57 million ETH, worth $9.7 billion now. And we've gone from 1.96% of supply now to 213, guys. It's on the rise. It's on the rise here. And of course, we can see the chart. The chart is epic. Look at this chart from all the way from 4th of April. And now we are rocketing up here, over 2.5 million ETH now in the pool. Isn't that awesome? So pretty cool. Let's jump into some of the activities recently. We've still got the Ethereum Foundation. That's going to drop down over time. They keep selling 1,000 ETH every week. That's going to be going down. We've had some major additions since our live stream yesterday. Major additions. SharpLink has got another 77 Ethereum. Bitmine Immersion has got another 58,000 Ethereum. And of course, back on the 28th the other day, I think we mentioned this already, BTS got 14. So on the 29th, they had some major additions there. Let's go check it out. So yeah, Bitmine Immersion. This is Tom Lee. We were at 560 is around that yesterday, and now we're at 625,000 Ethereum, guys. I did say they are targeting 6 million Ethereum purchase. Remember, there's 120.7 million ETH. They're targeting 5% of that market, and a lot of ETH estate, right, about 35% or so. With about 9 million or so in Lido, right? So just remember that there's a pretty big amount at stake. So these guys, they have to chase it down from all these liquid holders. That could be you out there that are wanting to buy your Ethereum to put in their little treasury, little fat treasury. And this is bringing Main Street, Wall Street money to crypto, right? This is Tom Lee, massively one of the top analysts, and of course already operates a capital house for stocks and things. Now moving into crypto in a major way. And we're going to see more and more of these entities, right? That's the general theme. It's massive. It's massive. It's basically, the dam is breaking and it's flowing into crypto. It's going to be absolutely epic. We got SharpLink there is also increased to 438,000. So they're on a big move as well. And so they're looking pretty good. Now we've got Ethereum Foundation still sitting on 235, but they are slowly, getting rid of 1,000 every week from the looks of it so far. And so they're going to potentially slip out. I think they're going to fall out. We've got ETH Machine there is on the rise as well. That's at 170 Ethereum. And then, of course, we've got the Pulse Chain Sacrifice Reserve. And this is going to become, I think, even more bigger and bigger, because when you see a lot of people will end up seeing this website because of Bitmine Immersion, SharpLink, and all the others on their ETH Machine, bringing a lot of attention to it. And so, therefore, the Pulse Chain Sac is going to look even better and better. And it will take some time before I think it gets pushed down further, maybe down to the bottom 10. That's how many organizations I'm expecting to start coming in just in a wee while, right? So they're racing to get set up and buy some ETH and move into position. And we've already got the front leaders here already. The first movers already in play. And how quickly have they come out? Very quick, right? Very quick. So kind of cool there. We've got Coinbase at number 6. We've got Bit Digital, another treasury acquisition vehicle, right? These little T's shows you how much growth's coming into Ethereum. And then number 8, Mantle Golem Foundation, number 9, and BTC Inc. There at number 10. And we're probably going to see a lot more, right? We've got other ones further down there, ETH Strategy, GameSquare, etc., coming into the play. So it's exciting. But look at that, just the change since yesterday. Unbelievable amount of ETH change since yesterday. This is game on, guys. And look, these guys are targeting 6 million Ethereum. 6 million Ethereum. They've got 10% now. 10%. And so when we're talking about 15K, we're talking about, 30K, 60K coming up, they become more realistic, right? Dramatically when you got these guys bringing in the money. It is absolutely epic. All right, so kind of cool. Let's jump away from that. That is pretty much where we are. I don't think we need to go through the Pulse Chain Sac, but it is sitting at about 630 million right now. So it's slightly in the money. So that we'll take that. We're slightly in the money at the moment, but we're going to be a lot in the money soon. We're going to be a lot in the money. And as I said, if we get to 15,000 by the end of the year, that Pulse Chain stack is going to be worth $2.5 billion, guys. $2.5 billion. If we go to 30,000 next year on Ethereum, that's going to be worth $5 billion, guys. And just imagine just the interest on that if you were staking it or something. That would moon Pulse Chain like unbelievably and absorb a lot of big sellers, etc. We've already lost a lot of weekends, of course. That would be mega, mega huge. So these numbers are huge. I saw someone talking about 60,000. Imagine that. That would be $10 billion Pulse Chain sacrifice reverse. We're not getting $10 billion worth for that. Just slap your face and just get back on your chair. That is pretty crazy numbers, but that's some of the numbers we're looking forward to moving forward. Some people calling Ethereum, of course, the next Bitcoin. And of course, this is all driven from the Genius Act that just got passed. If you're wondering why that was such a big deal, and of course, Treasury Scott Bessent talking about $2 trillion in stablecoins being backed by the US Reserve. And of course, a lot of that will go through Circle and Tether, USDC and USD Tether, and on obviously benefiting Ethereum, the main vehicle for that. So it's going to be massive. It's going to be massive. So enjoy. It's going to be good. And then, of course, on top of that, we've got Richard Heart, the Magic Carp Ride, and we've got other Magic Carp Rides on Pulse Chain too, potentially that will play out also over the next 12 to 5 years, 12 months to 5 years, saw some mini meal once they really get going. And we saw a nice little recovery on saw some mini meal overnight, didn't we? After the big sell-off, it got rolled by a big whale, basically sold like 8.8 million. Who the whale was, well, you can speculate. But it's going to be game on for that. And we saw a lot of money coming into that protocol overnight. So it can be moved, and I think it's going to be something to look out for there. We've got Frank Whitehouse there. Bang, bang, Pulse Gang. Absolutely. Morning all from Q-Baller. Good to see Q-Baller. Who else has jumped in here? I think that's pretty much it. So welcome to everybody. Let's jump over here. Don't forget to repost the show on X. I think we had the link up the top there. Helps a lot with the algorithm there, and that is the link there right there. So just hit the repost button. Helps a lot, and don't forget to give us a follow. We're slowly heading up to that 1,000 mark, and onwards and upwards from there. We're going to have to do a lot more stuff to pull back better, as we say. I don't know who said pull back better. I don't know. Was it Biden? I don't know, something like that. Was it Trump? I'm not sure. But that's kind of where we are at the moment. Let's get into Pulse Chain, shall we? Let's do that. Let's get excited here about Pulse Chain. All right. I don't know what that horn's for, but it was funny. It was funny. You guys got to admit. Let's get into a different view, and we're going to go through Richard Hart here. Now, this is the title of the video today, right? So Richard Hart speaks. The match is nearly struck. Be ready for greatness. That is pretty much it. I don't know why I'm looking over at my other screen over there, but just the way it goes. It's like a Somi show. I'm doing a Somi show on the side with the side profile. But that's pretty much it. And we got things happening, man. I mean, this post was ultra bullish, right? I mean, come on. It's been it is the sort of stuff that people have been waiting for. The black and white video earlier this year was fantastic, right? We remember that, and of course we enjoyed Richard Hart's coolness on that.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.
Yeah, so we enjoyed that, and now of course we've got this happening, right? So pretty cool. I love this. So crypto, what are you gonna do when mass marketing starts ripping faces off, guys? I just love that. Isn't that so bullish? People are going to hear about Pulse Chain, PulseX, and Hex, and Pump.tires directly before they hear about anything else. So he's front running a lot of the move instead of the typical expectation about a delayed move. He's front running the move. So it's going to be pretty fun for altcoin season. So pretty cool. They are going to hold something in their hands that works great and is impressive. Something they're not going to throw away. So there's been a lot of speculation about what that is. Let us know your thoughts in the chat there. That'd be really cool. If you're on X, of course, don't forget to leave comments under the post there. That'd be great, and I'll respond to those after the live stream as well. Let's scroll down the bottom here. We've got Trev in house there. Great work. We are making money, says Trev. We certainly are. Ching, ching, ching. God Candle. Yeah, Brennan. God Candle. We might play that video a bit later on too. God Mode Candle. We could definitely see it. So what we see, some ramping up, and of course we've got plenty of room on the weekly, right, RSI. So That's kind of what we might see there. And then suddenly ramping up, building up, and then God might go, boom, the power of the dark side. No, I'm just kidding. The power of the light. Don't stay in the light. Don't walk in the darkness, or something like that. I don't know. But we got Hex did a 10,000x in price the first time, and this has got people talking, right? This got people talking. Hex did a 10,000x in price the first time, while being murdered with a deca millions in fees to Ethereum. Now Pulse Chain exists. And of course, when Pulse goes up, Hex goes up, right? And of course, we've seen Hex absolutely pumping, right? Hex is pumping and jumping, particularly on a Pulse chain. We may see a bit of an elastic effect on eHex at some stage. Not quite yet, though. We got Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Pump Tires. They've all reinforced each other. Coin burning everywhere you look. It's amazing. Dry powder ready to explode. How about that? And of course, that's the one that really gets people excited. Of course, we've seen things happening with the bridge, and we're going to talk about that coming up too. So very, very excited about that. But yeah, dry powder ready to explode.
You could get a God candle at any moment.
Yeah.
You could get a giant green candle at any moment.
Yep.
Because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.
That's right. So it's pretty exciting. Dry powder ready to explode. The weaker hands are shaken out violently. We've seen a lot of that, right? We've seen a lot. We've so many black swan events and grey swan events on Pulse Chain. We had the dark clouds of the SEC since the 31st of July, 2023, all the way through to the 7th of July this year. So really, just brutal 2 years there with that. But the chain's still achieved a lot over that time with new protocols. And of course, we have had a couple occasional pumps as well. Amazing designs, of course, reliability with the years of track record there. So that robust Ethereum network without a lot of the EP upgrades to eat our lunch with a lot of the second layer stuff. So that's definitely been something that people have noticed. Now, the title of the video, of course, the match is nearly struck. So time is ticking. Time is really running out. We already see a few little of those teasers in the market right now. Be ready, of course, for greatness. And this is the beauty of it, right? Richard's always talked about being in it for glory, but he's also talked about how he's always been in it for the community as well. And he's always been surprised with the community. Now, obviously, there's always some people in the community, get a little snickery, and it's been a long time, and people understandably get frustrated by that. But look, the moment's arrived. So you've been waiting for the moment after all these years, and it is finally here. So be a cup half full and get excited, and make sure your bag's packed. Time is ticking. Really, days and weeks. It is really going to slip away for people that don't jump on board, right? That don't jump on board. And haters, you mind as well. Get your memes ready, because you're going to be very butthurt. So that was Richard Hart there. And of course, that's his famous painting from Richard Hart with season greetings on it. Pretty crazy. What else? We've got some more comments in there. Let's jump into something like that. Let's see here. Matt says, did I see a Storm comment? Please, says Matt. Storm, a great team, I have to admit. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, guys. Superman's candle pumping, says Matt and Barley. What else we got there? We got comments there. What do you make of RH post, the monkey pegging the monkey? Is that it? The PDI peg sign is closed, says Matt. I don't know. What do you think? Superman, Superman is another dude. Suppoman is another dude. Yeah, not Super. Yeah, Suppoman is. Yeah, Suppoman. He actually had a live stream with Richard one time. Remember that? Good old Suppoman. It's a long time back now, though. All right, so that is the famous picture there, seasons greeting. So we're in the seasons of Pulse Chain, and of course, this may also have a sub meaning about Christmas time. But I think we all know that Christmas time is going to be pretty amazing for the bull market there in December. Very, very excited about that. So that is from Richard Hart. That leads us into Pulse Chain results. So here we are today on day 809. I think we've still got a little bit of time to go, maybe half an hour or something. But we got the day is 809 since Pulse Chain launched on the 13th of May 2023. And here we are. Pulse is up 15.3%. This is what we've been looking for, these double-digit days. And man, it's exciting. So quadruple 459, amazing, right? Amazing. Quadruple 459. And here we are up 15.3% today. Isn't that awesome? And we've got PulseX at the moment, quadruple 369, up 18.2%. And the buy and burn sitting at 7.48%, excluding the OA accounts. And the incentive token, $2.19, up 15.8%. And then we've got Hex leading the way at 1.35 cents just on Pulse Chain alone. And that is now up 26.4%. Now, the EHEX at the moment is just lagging a little bit behind. Obviously, it's not on the Pulse Chain side, right? So we've got all this capital coming over to Pulse Chain, pumping the old Pulse Chain. But we may see some sort of convergence over there at different times. I think we're going to have some interesting relationship between EHEX and PX as we go forward. It's just up slightly higher than it was before the live stream. It's gone from 2,400 to a quarter of a penny there for the old HEX. So there could be a bit of a whiplash there. We've got the price at the moment, 1.6 cents, both PHEX and EHEX combined. So really just on the teetering of this starting to run away. And you guys know once it starts to leave this sort of area of 1 cent and starts moving higher, you're paying a lot more, right? You're paying a lot more for your HEX. And of course, if you're holding HEX and you picked it up under 1 cent, you're laughing. You're laughing all the way to Christmas. Season greetings, everybody. Season greetings. So that's pretty much it. So I was going to say something about this, wasn't I? Yeah, I was going to go to the 7 days to see how we're doing over the last week. Well, we're up 43% on Pulse. So it's pretty exciting. So congratulations, you picked up Pulse there. 57% on PulseX. We're up 40% on Ink Token. And we're up 91% on Hex over the last week. So you're almost up 2x on Hex on Pulse Chain over the last week. So that's pretty good. Let's go to 30 days since we're going crazy. 30 days, we're up 87% over the last 30 days on Pulse, 94% on PulseX, 44% on Ink, and 158% on Hex. So you're up 2.6x on Hex right now over the last 30 days. Isn't that cool? So we really had a turnaround on the old chain there, and it's just the beginning. Just take note of these numbers over the last 30 days. Just the beginning. Let's see what we are month after month moving forward, right? From here, going to be a lot of fun. All right, gas prices at the moment, 2 million beats. We're at 3 cents for a PulseX swap. Obviously, as we get more activity and more the prices go up a Pulse, this is going to go up in value a little bit as we move forward in time. Sometimes we might have some pretty crazy spikes as well, as certain people are playing around with the protocol, a lot of those bots and things. We got Valos at the moment, 52,633, pretty similar to yesterday. And then we've got the bridge at the moment. Let's look at that. Bridge at 107.9. So we're almost back to where we were 2 days ago, right? We had a dip yesterday, back under 106, and now we're almost back to 108 million again. And like I say, if we get a runaway on EHEX, for example, this is going to start eating into over 200 million, right? So that's going to be very powerful because we've got EHEX on the mix here with the bridge. That is going to be pretty powerful. So, we're at a quarter of a penny now. As soon as we get to 1 cent, right, that comes close to $100 million, right? So we're going to quickly get over $200 million there. But of course, we've got more ETH coming in. We're back over 7,000 ETH. DAI's been pretty good. We did have a bit of ETH leave earlier, a couple of hours ago, over the bridge. So we did have some player left with about 400K or something. But apart from that, we have had a pretty good night overnight. 17 million US DAI almost. And 5 million USD Tether there. Now, the question is, will we see some big amounts of Bitcoin, wrap Bitcoin come over the bridge? That's going to be very interesting. And will we see some big amount of ETH? And when I'm talking about amount of Bitcoin, is it possible that we might see some major Bitcoin coming over? Some mega major. Who knows? We'll keep a lookout for that. That theory is pretty compelling. We'll keep a lookout for that, though. Let's see what comments we've got in the chat there. We've got other people here. Let's see. What do you say? I've got some funny comments in the chat. What else there? We got Excavator says we love double D's. I thought that was funny. That was pretty hilarious. I don't have a laugh on the old sound effects, but that is pretty funny. What else? We got Matt and Barley says, let me jump through some of that. We got Taylor Kennedy in the house there. Hey Taylor, hope you're doing well. Big shout out. Welcome to the chat as well. Great stream. The year ahead is going to be legendary. Dollars, not cents. Most won't believe it until they see it. Absolutely, Taylor. You're on to it. You can see the future, and that's what we like to paint, a bit of a picture of the future here on the Crypto Night Show. What else do we got? Brendan says everything to $1. That's right, everything. Not just PDI now. It's everything to $1. And of course, we're going to be talking about Liberty Swap because that's the message coming out from that team that seems to have a special relationship with Daddy. It seems to have a special relationship with good old Sack Daddy, perhaps. We've got Matt and Barley in the house there. Yes, I'll be happy with $1, says Matt. What else there? Let's scroll down a little bit here. Let's just go through a couple of those comments. We got Conspiracy Crypto. What's up, family? Good to see you, Conspiracy Crypto. Welcome to the chat also. And that's pretty much it. I think we're going to jump from there and let's move on. So let's get into Liberty Swap. These guys, of course, came out of nowhere, then have brought some of the best utilities to Pulse-Chain in terms of cross-chain bridging, and are virtually instant. I mean, it's just, they say 1 or 2 minutes, but it's virtually instant, unless, of course, there's a few little hiccups. They do a few little hiccups there every so and up, but they're very, very rare by my experience, and also the data they provide about any delays. But they have you can hit them up on Telegram and they respond, so they're pretty amazing like that. But yeah, we got so many messages from them. They're posting so fiercely, and of course they're blowing up here on X. And of course, 21 hours ago, they says, talk to my boss today. I guess they're talking about Zach Daddy. He said, get ready. The outbound marketing has begun. Time to raid other chains and bring everyone home. How about that? Time to raid other chains. I mean, there's a big agenda afoot here, isn't there? Time to raid other chains and bring everyone home. Isn't that cool? Get ready. Pulse Chain outbound marketing has begun. Time to raid other chains and bring them home. I just love that. It's such a much more expansive targeting audience there. And they've had 19,000 views on that. So they're really, really picking up pace here. It's the old Liberty Swap. But they've been fierce. They've been fierce on X. I mean, these guys have been just so dynamic with their communications to the market, responding in all sorts of different ways. Very, very, very exciting stuff coming from Liberty Swap. So not only are they doing a bridge, but they're really becoming a beacon, a message beacon here. Very, very cool. So lots of cool things happening with the old Liberty Swap. And of course, this is the heart of what they're doing, right? This thing here. So, remember, all roads leads to Pulse Chain. We're front running the altcoin season. If you're not on Pulse Chain yet, you're missing out. The clock is ticking, guys. The clock is ticking. And of course, they've got these cool things here. So Robinhood in the United States there, Arbitrum. They got Solana. They got Suchain. They got Ethereum. All these, again, we're going to have 40 chains, guys. 40 chains. It's going to be crazy. And then, of course, we've got Liberty Swap in the middle there. We've got Coinbase over here as well. So the big two American pads there, along with Binance, another Binance US, I guess it is, BNB chain. So all the big American flows from all this, bullish stuff that's been happening in the United States and will happen over the next couple of years. And, of course, going through Liberty Swap onto Pulse Chain. And, of course, it's got a cool sound effects. You can't hear it, but it's pretty cool. It's got little, electricity sound effects there. Pretty neat. So that is pretty bullish from the Liberty Swap. So as you can see, they've been pretty busy. They've also got, Brennan here said, everything to $1. Everything to $1. Well, this is the messaging coming from Liberty Swap. Everything to $1 there. So they're in sync with you. They're in sync with you. So lots of cool things coming from Liberty Swap. I mean, you can't say too much. I mean, they're just, this is 13 hours ago, 21 hours, 13 hours ago. These guys are just onto it. Eagle Eye Nest says, amazing work, guys. Will you support USDC on Solana? Yes, we are ready. We're just being cautious since we don't know yet how much pressure this will put on our protocol. We're actively monitoring if this wave of FOMO into Pulse Chain is handled well over this week, will enable Solana. So look at us. Wave of FOMO into Pulse Chain is handled well over this week. So big expectations, and they're seeing big increases in volumes, record-breaking volumes all the time right now. It is crazy, and we're just starting from a low base, relatively speaking. So it's game on. So very cool stuff happening here. Hey, the good, nice shout out too from Liberty Swap to Emmett Farm. So big shout out to Kairos out there with all these core stables on Emmett. Of course, we cover Emmett. Emmett is one of the top farms on Pulse Chain, bringing a ton of innovations, and we're just loving what Kairos is doing. And of course, now they kind of snuck over to Sonic Chain too, doing some cool things over there with good old Crongy Farms. And I posted about that the other day, so check that out. Very cool. So yeah, we're not only we're expecting capital to come over to Pulse Chain, we have got protocols going over to other chains, taking over other chains. How about that? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, so who's the vampire now? So yeah, we got cool stuff happening there. Very, very cool things happening on the chain there. What's this? Non-stop. This is just the beginning of something big for Pulse Chain. So I love this stuff. Just so bullish. Liberty has arrived in Hexco. Optimism and hope are back. The charts of Pulse Chain core coins are looking much stronger. Fresh USDC and Tether across the crypto industry are flowing on Pulse Chain. How about that? I love it. Very, very bullish. And this is the future for the chain, right? This is excitement Really is cool. When it comes to cross-chain swaps, prioritizing speed over leads to failed or stuck transactions, no matter what, your fund is 100. Funds are 100% safe. And of course, they're talking about the engineers, our engineers and team. So we're getting a little bit about their identity now, aren't we? When we read things like this, are here to keep the flow of funds, Pulse Chain steady. Monitoring, managing, and reducing failed transactions is what we do. And they're very good at it. They're very good at it. So onwards and up from them. So we've got lots of cool things happening. We need more dry powder. Let's break this resistance and send Hex to $1. Everyone's keen for that. And of course, Hex is on the move. We're going to look at that chart next. Hex is coming up there because it is pumping. Yeah, we got cool stuff happening there. Here's another one here. Only 1 hour ago, Pulse Chain to $1. So Brennan, I think you working for these guys? Are you working for Liberty Swap there? Are you in the know with Shaq Daddy all this time? Have you been in the mix? Is this a setup by Brennan, one of our mods? He's been on the team the whole time. I knew it. I just thought he was just an amazing guy and incredible at TA, but apparently, he's on the team here. We got us. We got cool. Let's keep Pulse Chain fees low so everyone can trade. LFG Pulse Chain assets ascending, absolutely. So we're really getting some cool stuff here from the team. This is just an hour ago, guys. This is all the stuff posted just an hour ago. These guys are fierce on X. Very cool stuff going in here. Send it. Everyone's excited there. Magical things are happening in Hexico. Hell, look at that. So we like that. We like magic on the channel. Positive magic. Fun magic. It's pretty exciting, guys. Pretty exciting. And so we're getting some good stuff from Liberty Swap. Hello, direct price pressure. I love that. It's a great tagline. Well, trademark one too, apparently. Now we're getting into some of the excitement. You know how Liberty Swap's been having this countdown, 5 fingers with the old Binance T-shirt, looking like CZ with the Liberty lady, which is pretty cool. At this point, every countdown, every timeline are on, but they should pay you someday. Tomorrow he's going to get paid. So apparently Liberty Swap's getting paid tomorrow. So we're getting closer. We've got a lot of respect. We deserve everything this bull market has to give us. Now everyone's excited about these. Very cool stuff here. 1 hour ago, they said, when announcement, when sacrifice, when countdown ends. I don't know either, friends, but one thing's for sure, Liberty has landed in Hexco, and from here on in, it's only up. I mean, those are some awesome words, right? Full send, release the beast, unleash the pump. Liberty is here. So very excited about that. So good stuff happening there on the chain there. We're expecting closer and closer to whatever big announcement, whether it's a big pump or whatever coming. It's very, very exciting. Our Icon Heart component coffee shop has just transferred $13 million in PLS at $13 million, assuming Pulse is $1, of course. $1. Everything's going to $1 to Paymaster Wallet for sponsorship to sponsor gas fees for Pulse Chain asset purchase, so that people can have really good service on Pulse Chain. Very cool about that. I love the old play there on the dollar. So things are very, very exciting. So yeah, lots of cool things. This is in the last hour, guys. These guys have been posting out. It's crazy. Now, they had an official announcement only an hour ago as well. We've increased the transaction limit to $6,000 with no limit on the number of transactions per day. So we're getting bigger limits and bigger liquidity. Pulse Chain is ramping up, folks. It's ramping up. As liquidity for Pulse Chain assets grows, this limit will continue to rise. We've also revamped our UI, as user interface for those less familiar, to make it a little easier for users to search and manage assets for bridging. In addition, we've launched a liquidity hub. So if the Pulse Chain main bridge gets over congested, basically our friends providing liquidity on the Pulse Chain side can help unclog it, easing pressure and keeping swaps smooth and capital flow stability. So that is super exciting. They're dealing with the bridge issue that we've had in other mini pumps on Pulse Chain to get ready for the main event. Pretty cool. So that is from Liberty Swap. So you can select lots of cool different tokens now, making it a lot user-friendly. So we're going to have 40 bridges. We're going to have all the Pulse Chain tokens. We're going to have all these stables flowing from both sides. It's going to be pretty exciting, guys. And, of course, they're lifting the limits there for bigger players as well. Now, typically, I think, once you get to 10,000, this typically suits probably 99% of people. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff from Liberty Swap. And it's fun going through it all. And we must be, I don't know, maybe we're within 24 hours, whatever the big countdown is from those guys. So keep a lookout for that. Maybe talking about it tomorrow. Yeah, boy, or certainly seeing it in the charts, or both. Maybe we're doing both. So it's pretty cool. Now, we did have some pretty serious capital coming over the bridge. Obviously, I haven't done a bridge update for a while, but we've got 12 hours ago or 13 hours ago, we had a bridge update for a 24-hour period. So that was 12 hours lagging now. But we had $1.3 million in. That's $2.8 million in and $1.4 million out. So we still get money going out, of course, and we had money just before the live stream going out. But that is super, super bullish. And, of course, that included over $500,000 UTC from Liberty Swap, guys. So Liberty Swap are not kidding around. They're starting to bring in some major liquidity money and over $500,000 here with the purchases going on chain to on chain, right? So pretty exciting. So woohoo! Bring it on. It's just warming up. Think about these numbers in the future. Now, we have had the last couple of hours, we did have some Ethereum leave, right? We had USDC and leave there. So we did have about 400K leave there over the last 2 to 8 hours. So we had 2 different times there. So we will have always some money leaving. But at the moment, we're still getting a lot of net money coming in, $1.3 million. So generally, it's coming in the right direction. And we're definitely seeing that in the charts. The bridge, of course, a key element of the pump, as it were. So kind of cool. So right, so that is some of the cool things happening with the Pulse Chain alerts. Let's jump over to Pulse Chain and have a look at the results on the market. Before we do that, though, let's catch up in the chat there and see where else has jumped in here. Don't forget to smash the follow button on X if you're over there. And if you're on YouTube, we're streaming to 3 YouTube channels. The Crypto Night Show, Superman Crypto, and Pulse Chain X. And don't forget to smash the subscribe button on each of those channels if you're on it. And, of course, smash the likes. Leave any comments if you're watching after the live stream. If you haven't joined our Discord, links in the video description. We've got Strategy Club, only $35 a month, so fantastic value. Let's say it's great value. We're constantly putting in alpha in there as well. And, of course, sometimes it's a lot of fun to do as well. We've got a monthly report that's coming up. In fact, I'll be doing it in 2 days' time, probably around about 2 days' time. The monthly report's coming up, so you get that as well. That's a multi-chain, not just Pulse Chain, of course. So check that out. And what else? We have strategy chats in there, and we have something else we're doing as well. We have our top 10 index, which I think is going to do extremely well. So you can check that out there as well. In the old Strategy Club, only $35 a month. Join up, and of course we have community membership. If you just want to be a community member, you get access to all the links and crypto helpline. We're the only ones with the crypto helpline. It's crazy, and of course you get in there as well. That's only $12.50 a month. So join up our Discord. If you want something free, then you can join our Telegram group. And we've got lots of cool project leaders there and influencers all in the Telegram. You can join up to that as well. That's free. And there we go. All the links in the video description. We'll see you there. All right. Who else is jumped in the chat? We've got a couple of people as well. Now, the other thing, of course, the Crypto Night Show is we run the only real professional promotions on Pulse Chain. So if you guys are a project team out there, you want to get some promotion work, obviously we do our due diligence, make sure that you're okay. But if you want to get some promotion work out there, it's wonderful. You can have the greatest product in the world, but if people don't see it, then it's not much help to you, is it? The bull market is about to rally. So you can either hit myself up or hit up MVS Crypto, our promotional lead at the Crypto Night Show. And of course, editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread. We've got more publications coming very, very quickly. And good chance for you to get in on the action and get people to see what you've been building. That's a great way to go. So join up today as well. Hit us up, either myself or Crypto MVS. Let's see who else is in the chat here. When Hexco says, Brennan, well, I thought Liberty Swap was kind of answering you there, Brennan. I thought you were on the team with the old connection to Daddy. Big connection to Daddy there. Let's see here. Let's jump through some of these other comments. We got Destroyer in the house there. Hey, guys. Good to see you. Las Vegas checking in. Now, Las Vegas has that big ball, isn't it? That big, what do they call that? The orb, is it? Or something like that? I think I saw a couple of little clips of the Backstreet Boys playing at I think it's the orb or the globe or something like that. Man, it's pretty spectacular, isn't it? I think that's in Las Vegas. So, lucky times. Let me know if you've been there. But, man, it looked pretty incredible on the little video clips. Brennan says, Crypto Solve said on RH Max Show today, there is a big arb trader that moves between chains with 200K on average, with ETH making 5K each time. Yeah, that'd probably be right, Brennan. We've seen those $2,000 lots for many times now. That would make a lot of sense. Crypto Solve been doing some great analysis on the chain as well. Destroyer said the sphere. So I said the orbit or the globe, and it was actually the sphere. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. Big shout out. If you haven't checked that out, it's pretty incredible. Yeah, I saw the Backstreet Boy concert with clips all over the place. So it was pretty cool. All right, so let's jump back into the mixed pulse chain markets and let's go through the top leaders here. So we've done 44 million, guys. Remember, it was only like, was it a week ago? We were down at like 12 million or something, 11.9 million. And here we are back up at 44 million. How crypto can change in a week, right? And here we are, 44 million. So yeah, we're pretty much up. Well, yeah, 4x on volume. How about that? And we're got green candles too. It's not 4x with the red candles. So it is pretty cool. We got a couple of new tokens, of course, always at the top. Not endorsing anything, of course. We're just going through the list here on Deck Screener. There are a lot of many other tokens that do very well on Pulse Chain that we don't go through. That's not on the standard list here on trending, but these ones are. So season's greetings there, obviously playing on Richard Hart's little picture that's been around for 11 hours, up 18,150%. And it's probably a pump tires, right? Probably migrated to a pump tires there. And that is up about an hour there. So not too bad, not too bad. You can obviously check out the supply and everything else. Pretty sure it'll be pump tires. May not be, but probably is. And yeah, so that is up nicely there. What do you have? 168K volume on 37K liquidity, 147,000 market cap. So we'll keep a lookout for that. But yeah, that is season's greetings. We can endorse. We can not endorse. We can celebrate that. The Curve token there up 190%. Been around 4 months. That's pretty cool. XRP. I think a lot of these are pump tires, right? So that's up 100% as well. We've got SHIB there. Is been over 2 years, and of course SHIB Inu that is up 81%. So we're going to see a few of the meme coins on the move. We've also got Hex pump tires. Up 64%, so big move there. 0008,000, and it's looking pretty good, isn't it? And remember, we've got Ink Reward here. So we had the new farm launch, right? Pulsalium, and it's been doing pretty well. These charts, look at this. I mean, Ink Reward, Hexagon, and Blitz, all the 3 tokens on that platform have been really doing really well, up 54%. With Ink, Hex, and PulseX there. So Pulsalium has launched at the right time, right? Right time with the right setup, doing very well there. Another big farm on Pulse Chain. We got Elon, of course, another pump tires there, up 52%. So yeah, pump tires and farm dominating the top list here today in the top 10, isn't it? And then we got Pulse Chain here, another pump tires up 38%. So yeah, meme coin and one big farm dominating the top 10 today. Now moving into the top 20. We got Saul Sun Mini Mill had a massive rebound, right? Up 33%, 24 hours. Had a massive, got rolled by a big whale. And of course, you can do as much TA as you like. Obviously, we saw the chart was rolling over. That was pretty clear back here. So let me just go full screen on Soul Sun Mini Mill. This is one of my Magnificent 7, right? So this is an investment thing. You got to stay around for a long time. It's not just quick trades and stuff like that. You do have to ride the narrative of Sunsoul Mini Mill. We are expecting a lot of news coming up in August, September, October, and that could be 3 or 4 big pieces of news that I've gone through before. We'll probably break down a bit more, but we've seen the charts are actually looking really good after the big roll. Obviously, when we got to here, coming into the conference, we had a conference here on the 3rd or 4th, and then it got rolled by a big whale. And so, inside job, you can't count it out, but was it someone just in the know and thought, sell the news event? But it was the same whale pretty much dumping this down on all these big red candles. There were a couple other decent sized whales as well, but really it was one big whale that was on the number in the top 100 with about 8.8 million coins, if I remember rightly, and has rolled this chart. And this final red wick was also the last of that whale's numbers coming out here. So rolled there. We also see that the buy and burn is being managed. So the buy and burn should be a lot bigger than it is based on my calculations. And of course, they're holding that I think a lot of that capital back. So yeah, they could have $9 million sitting in that pool, ready to go. So, but now we have seen definitely some of it come in the last day or two. So yeah, they can help push the chart up too if they want. So yeah, pretty crazy there with the old chart. So this is some minimal, but you can actually see the chart's actually looking pretty good. Now, yesterday, we had a pretty good move. Now, it's already gone. Now, you would have got this in Strategy Club. I talked about this in the Strategy Club, but now that it's already done, it's probably all right to talk about here now. But yeah, we had a little golden cross here on or at least I call a bullish cross here on the 9 to 34 day. And you can see it was game on up there. So very bullish here. And now we're starting to see, I've got my colors on the wrong side here. I'm going to have to fix them up. But we got the pink there, which is the 50-day starting to move up here. So keep a lookout for this. Could have a really nice pump to the upside. And then we're coming into this news era, August, September, October. Now, just like often a lot of project teams, developers have delays, 2 more weeks and all that sort of stuff. Pretty much this is, we had a little bit of over-promising in my view. And then, the delivery is going to be, always a couple of months later. That's pretty much it. So, but August, September, October is when we're expecting the big news here. But charts recovering. RSI on the 4-hourly, just getting into the overheated part there, 52. But of course, we're in a pretty hot environment right now, and we've got plenty of room in the old daily here. Look at this massive amount of room for a recovery. So keep a lookout for that. We also got the 9 and 34 days starting to pick up here also. So we'll keep a lookout for that over the next week or two. And by the time we get into August, September, October, we're expecting some big news. So this chart could really hyper pump, especially on the back of Hex and Pulse Chain on the move and all the cool things that Liberty Swap and Daddy is doing. So check it out. It's going to be pretty fun. So that's kind of cool. We also had Treasury Reserve up 30%. We've got ALGO at the moment up 30% as well on the back of Hex, right? So it's on the move. And we've got Honey Queen here, part of the ecosystem, 29% as well. Kind of the one that was challenging James Murray to some degree, like the baby version. We've also got Trump pump tires on the move, 27%, number 17. To wrap up, we're almost wrapping up our top 20. We've got Doge pump tires as well, up 27% there. And then we've got, what else? We've got Hex, obviously, in the top 20 there as well. Hex up 27% at 1.347 cents. Isn't that awesome? So that wraps up our top 20. We're going to jump into the Hex Pulse here and have a look at this. Let's do that too. Of course, this is the talk of the town, right? Hex on the move. Hex on the move. Let's jump over to the daily. And this is our daily chart here, looking really good. So our green circles have played out like a boss. In fact, way better, right? So we're way up here. Bam, look at that. That's awesome. So we are really overheated on the daily, though. So that is pretty crazy. We're up at 83. Normally, you'd expect a bit of consolidation here, especially with all this choppy horizontal support and resistance here. We're really at the top end of that. Let's have a look at the weekly, what that will bring. And of course, have we got enough room? We've got enough room for a God mode candle with the RSI. We're sitting at 60, right? We're sitting at 60. Definitely play there. So Brennan, let me know what you think of that. But we've got room on the weekly for a God mode candle. But that may get sold into, though. That's the only thing if we get pushed it up. But we're at 1.3 cents now. Maybe we get pushed up to 2.73 cents or something, or maybe even more, right? It's much easier to push this chart up. Now, regarding Hex on Pulse Chain, I think there's about 4.5 billion Hex floating around in all the liquidity pools. So to find all the liquidity pools, you'd have to go to Batias, right? I think they've got the most LPs there. If you went to like PulseX, it's got a lot, but not all of them. So you probably wouldn't find all the room there. So about 4.5 billion. We know that the OA did all that staking ladder, and that we've gone down from about 66 billion, I think it is, in total supply. And now we've got, I think, around about 41.5 billion floating around. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff stuck in protocols, and I think we've got about 10% of that sitting in the LP pools across all the pools. Remember, there's many dozens of pools, if I remember rightly, with Hex. So with everyone tying up their tokens and their projects with Hex, all trying to get hooked up with the cause. We've got more and more projects that set up pairs with the cause, with the Hex cause. So definitely a play there. I think we're about 4.5 billion. But we're still managing to push the price of Hex up. So pretty exciting, right? And bring on the money, bring on the mucho grandes. Bring on the mucho grandes. So that's kind of the play there on Hex. But man, that is one of the main stories on Pulse Chain right now. We've got the pump tires moving, of course, but Hex is it's the core. It's one of the cores. It's one of the really ones that we're going to be watching. And of course, previous high, depending on who you ask. If you ask Richard Hart, 56 cents, it was a 10,000 X from the bottom of Hex back on the I think around about the 5th of January 2020. All the way to 10,000 X course up to 56 cents. And of course, I have it at 52 cents, but that's about 9,600% or something. But that is where we are right now. And of course, now people are talking about, we get to all-time high of 50 cents, but we could go well beyond that into multiple dollars. And of course, everything to $1 at least. But Hex could do some pretty mind-boggling numbers with, things like the strategic reserve, the re-rate of Ethereum, and of course, the re-rate of the strategic value. And like I said earlier, if we get to $15,000 Ethereum by the end of the year, that's $2.5 billion dollars for the Hex sack. And of course, that doesn't include other dry powder, the old the AA ETH money, and many other things that are out there. And of course, also some of the OA bags, right, which can be used as well. We've got lots of things I think they're probably in store for us moving forward. And then, of course, if we get to $30,000 ETH next year, I mean, you're talking about $5 billion. If we get to 60 at the top end of what some people's numbers are, then you're talking about $10 billion Pulse Chain Strategic Reserve insanity, right? And just shaving a little bit off any of those numbers from 2.5 to 10 billion. You could pump this chain like nothing else. So it's going to be pretty fun to see. And all the while, we're burning coins. There's so many levers that Richard has on here. It's going to be so exciting, guys. You guys are all here right at the very beginning where we got the action starting to happen. As Richard said, the match is nearly struck. Promotions are starting to ramp up and be ready for greatness. It's truly going to be glory for Richard Hart when it's all said and done. Now, the other things we're going to have a quick look a bit further down. We've got ALGO, which has been forming like a boss, right, on the back of Hex. So we're going to have a quick look at ALGO. We're going to check out the weekly chart. That's the weekly chart on ALGO there. Look at that. Beautiful. What a pattern. I think that's probably, Brennan will probably put this up on his wall, this pattern for the old ALGO there. Looking very, very cool indeed. What else? We've got a couple more comments in the chat. Let's see who else has jumped in here. Midnight Madness says, what did RH mean by mass marketing? It starts ripping faces off. Yeah, well, we got these deliveries landing, and who knows what other little secret sources he's got running there, Midnight, other than just the electronic devices. Could be pretty cool. What else there? We got Brennan, how's that room on the weekly? Yes, sir, says Brennan. Absolutely. Hex on the move. Awesome indeed, says Hex Vader. Absolutely exciting for sure. Very cool indeed. Crowd goes wild. So, we've got ALGO on the move. We've got Best Everything at number 27, up 26%. Don't you love? We're down to number 27 here on the trending, and we're still at 26% on the gain 24 hours. Don't you love that? There's something beautiful about that, right? Something beautiful about that. We've got Sparta on the back of Hex is also up 26%. Look at them all bunched together. We've got Hex, ALGO, Sparta, all backed on, either Hex, ALGO and Hex, ALGO and Sparta leveraged on Hex. And of course, we've got Best Pump Tires, one of the Rich Art pump tires there, all in the bunch there together in the top 30 to wrap up the top 30. Isn't that crazy? Then we're moving into UFO, of course, with PDDC. I don't think we've got PDC up here at the moment. Yeah, we've got Sun, what am I saying? Sun Minimal Soil. That's probably a better way to say it. Getting old tongue-tied there. Then we've got UFO at number 32, Pulsium. So Pulsium is the new farm, right? So that's up 22.6%. Let's have a quick look at that and check that out. So they launched just at the right time, right? And you can't ask for better than that. It's a bit like Taurus. So when Taurus launched, it was pretty good timing. So yeah, here we are up at 6 zeros, 3,300 on the old Pulsium there. And that's the new farm. We'll quickly look at the website, shall we? I might as well do that while we're quickly looking at this. Is kind of the parent token. So have a look. This is the farm that people are going to. Bam, got some nice shiny lights there. So yeah, pretty cool. And they got the farm tab over here. We've also got access to a swapping and bridge with the Pulse Chain Bridge and Explorer there as well. So they're using some of the utilities around, but they've got liquid staking and all sorts of stuff there. So you can check that out. It's not rendering for me right now. Oh, there it goes. So there's some of the farm pools there. It looks like I've got 7 up at the moment. But of course, this one is related to the ones at the top here, right? So number 7, 8, and 9, Blitz, Hexa, A, and Ink Reward all around PulseX, Hex, and Ink. So it's doing pretty well. Let's jump down a bit further here. Where are we up to? 37? Pulsalium. Yeah, we've got Teddy Takeover as well. That's up 22%. Number 34, Solana Pump Tires up 22% there. BBC from 9-inch. I think we have started seeing a little bit of a re-rate in these farms, right, in the incentive tokens. But that is up, it's up pretty nice. BBC, we're probably going to see more re-rating of 9mm, 9-inch during moving forward. Probably particularly 9mm, doing some pretty amazing stuff and some big volume. What else? Let's jump into that. We've got Cardano pump tires up 19%. So we're now going below 20%, and we're already up at number 40. Normally this would be the top of the line just about, except for the new tokens. PulseX in the mix there at 2, number 42%. Oversold up 18% there. Pump tires, the main token there, I guess, for pump tires up 18%. Most wanted, another Richard Hart, the pump tires there up 17.5%. And then we get into more of the Magnificent 7, right? SolidX and X Game both together right now. Isn't that amazing? We're expecting big things for these. They're in my Magnificent 7. You might have your own Magnificent 7. So this is kind of it. Where do we get Magnificent 7 from? Well, from stock market. They have Magnificent 7 like Tesla and Nvidia and companies like that. So here we are. We've got our own. This is my own list, and we've got SolidX at the moment, $13.17, just down slightly the last hour, but has been up a bit higher there, up 16% at the moment. X Game as well. Looking really good, also up 16%. Now, if we get some news around these, right, we get some news around X Game, then this could really just pop off. I mean, we're talking we'll get maybe some gold mode candles on those too. So yeah, keep a lookout for that. 9mm, of course, the big DEX, second big DEX, currently running volumes of 5 million. Wow, times have changed, eh? Times have changed. That was always below $1 million, maybe $500,000. Now we're up at 5 million. It's like 20x in volume. Isn't that crazy how times have changed? 9-inch by comparison is doing 600,000, which is a big move higher for them. And of course, a lot of their volume is coming through from SolidX and 9-inch token itself. That's where they get it. Whereas on 9mm, I think you're getting a lot of Richard Hart cores on there, causing a lot of the volume. Yeah, Hex, Pulse Hex, etc. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, if you do, you can pretty much participate using their protocols as well as Pulse Hex. And of course, if you want to route through a lot of these pools, you can use Proteus. The other one thing that we've been seeing moving, obviously, we've got Uniswap on here, doing volumes 155K, and we got PDEX Vision has been doing not too bad either, 120K there. A lot of the volume on PDEX Vision has been, pump tide dive. Pulse Hex and Hex adding to it as well. So we're getting a bit of action there on the old PDEX Vision. We don't talk much about that, but that's got a bit of action going through there. So let's jump through the top here for the rest. Let's keep going on our list. So we're having such a good time on green candles. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. That's all I can say. Pump day, pump, pumpity pump, pumpity pump, pump, pump. Talking about pump tires. We got Secret Conspiracy at number 51. So now we've got top 50, and we've got top 50, and they're over 16%. So it's pretty cool. What else? We got the Alien, of course, kind of a copy of PDC in some ways. 15% at the moment. We've got Unseen Signal, been around for only 4 days, so a new token. I'm not sure who's done this Unseen and Hidden. Let us know if you know who that is. We'll have a quick look, a little quick browse in here. The Signal Unseen. I'm just trying to see if this looks familiar to anyone else's tokens. It's kind of a similar layout that we normally see, but let us know in the chat there. They're still doing pretty well. They've got a website. Let's see what the website says. Let's go. So Pulse Chain on the move, guys. Woohoo! Okay, RSI, the Spear of the Hidden Architecture. Pulse Chain secret initiative begins where others end, in silence. Okay, so we've got a few little initiatives here. And every structure is a pillar, whereas we're building on shifting sands. A secret initiative. Future deployments will anchor silence. Okay, so it looks like they've got some sort of moving forward here. Tokenomics. Tax is 5%, and they've got 1 billion tokens. So yeah, they've got a treasury, have they? Yeah, treasury. Liquidity seeding, stealth deployment, strategic burns, and a cumulative engine. So there we go, interconnected web there. A pillar, echo, stealth, silence, and burn. So interesting. Not sure who's running that. I'd have to go check, but that's a quick look at it at the moment. So they are in the mix here. Both of those tokens, hidden and unseen. What else we got going now? We've got DWB up 15%, number 57. We're still pretty high on the moves here. Obviously, incentive token $1.16 up 14%. And we've got Pump Tires Die there at 14% as well at 4.5 cents. Where do I go there? I've just lost the track there for some reason. What else we got going? Let's jump down a bit further here. Proteus. Now, I think Proteus is way undervalued, guys. Honestly, this is the market really. I know it's going up, but it's still seems pretty undervalued. I don't know. What do we got? The market cap 7.4 million. So I don't know what you're going to market, what you're going to value. I mean, you could do all sorts of valuations for Proteus, but it's probably still relatively undervalued. And certainly, I think it's going to get some pretty big green candles at some stage and push this way up. We're currently at 9.1 cents, but I think we might see some pretty big action over here on the old Proteus. And so we'll be looking out for that. So let's put an RSI on this thing, shall we? Let's put an RSI on Proteus. That is the chart at the moment. So it's obviously been performing well, but let's put the old RSI. I haven't got any EMAs or anything, but we're just going to put it RSI. And it's still got plenty of room to move to 61 on the weekly. Let's see how the daily's looking. Daily's not too overheated. It's sitting at 68, but just tracking up there nicely. Definitely a pickup in volume. Like the last day, we had a big seller in there from the looks of it, but moving up with some nice buy volume and recovery, showing real strength on the back of the move generally. So yeah, probably pretty cool stuff happening there. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Pretty good to put in some moving averages there, 9 to 30, 34, 15 to 200, and see whether you're getting some bullish crosses on there, like we are seeing a lot of other charts anyway. But pretty exciting. DAO token number 60, up 15%. So we're now at number 60 on our trending, and we've got the tokens at 15% gain. So everything's looking pretty good. Obviously, you got to compare this relative to Pulse, right? So if they've got Pulse pairs, if Pulse is up, 10%, then everything above 10% that's got a Pulse pair is doing better than Pulse, and that's a nice little leverage play. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at the moment. So let's come down to a Cognito there at number 69, 13.6%. We've got Mafia token there. So obviously Mafia is a stage launch that's from Jacob. And of course that's slowly being rolled out. People don't know how many months there are to go, but I think Jacob's aware generally of the bull market like everybody else. So maybe a couple of months. We'll see. He's got still quite a few. He's got the FBI chapter and a few other chapters. So we'll see. He's also got on-chain bet coming out in September, but he's wanting multiple teams on these things. So I'm very excited about on-chain bet. I think that could be a pretty good value add. We're going to have X Games and on-chain bet, so two big omni-chain decentralized casinos on Pulse Chain are coming. These are going to be the two big players, unless there's a surprise player out there I'm not aware of at the moment. Those are the two big juggernauts we're expecting, and they could usher a lot of capital flow, particularly with Liberty Swap now ramping things up as well. But on-chain bet probably going to have a lot of that sort of features as well. Very excited. And there are some secret stuff happening in the background. There are a lot of projects happening right now, not just on the DeFi side, but in the GameFi and in the utility side of Pulse Chain. And we're going to hear a lot about those, I think, in the next month or two, because they're probably going to be triggered as well. So keep a lookout for that. There's some good things coming for Pulse Chain and some solutions that we need that we don't have yet. And I think they're going to be here not too far in the future there. So very excited there. All right, we got number 72, Apine Pulse up 13%. Your Mum up 13% there from Elon Musk. We got BFF there from OG WebChef, I think, up 13% there. We've got RhinoFi. Keep a lookout for RhinoFi. RhinoFi at the moment has, look at that chart, looking solid, guys. 0009000. I think this thing's on for an exciting time ahead. Some pretty exciting tokenomics. Let's quick look at the website because they got their first supercharge. So it's only just been launched a few weeks ago here. They got a partnership essentially with Crypto Paradise, one of the big teams on Pulse Chain. And look at this thing. I think it's been around for how many days? 22 days. Now, the first 28 days are a little different from the others. So they have, I think it's a 5 or 6% tax on the buy side. Let me just quickly check the tokenomics there. 5. I think it's a 6% buy tax actually, and then on the buy side, and then they have a high one, 25% going down to 6% over the first 28 days. I believe it is on the cycle, and then it goes down to 6% on the buy and sell after 28 days, basically. So it does have a bit of a cool start there. Just probably stop selling, so to speak. But look, we've just gone below 7 days on the charge cycle. It's the first charge cycle on this protocol, so it's a different type of a tokenomics than we've seen. And 50% of the pulse there will be doing some pretty funky stuff to the chart there. You can see here. So charging wallet earns 50% of all pulse rewards and adds it to our buy and burn contract. Pretty exciting. Every 28-day charging cycle, community rewards are fueled by market buyback and burns. So that's what we're expecting to get trigger here. If targets aren't met, up to 10% of the charging wallet gets scorched to protect holders. How about that? So we're ticking down less than a week away from the first charging cycle. So we could see some pretty cool stuff happening here with good old RhinoFi. So keep a check out for that. And they're also featured in the monster thread. Pretty exciting there. So chart's looking real strong and they're about to go to supercharge in a week. Man, they've got the wind in the sails there for RhinoFi. We've got Beast token from OG WebChef sitting at 30 cents right now. That's up 12%. We got Printed token there, up 11.7% at the moment. Let me just go back to the Go Pulse. I've got to keep track of time here. I'm up to hour and 18 minutes. I'm doing pretty long today. We've been in some long shows lately. But we got Pulse at the moment is up 14.8%. So everything that's under 14.8%, so let's say 15%, is not performing as well as Pulse Chain right now. But their chart structure actually may be very bullish, so just take that into account. So anything really 58 coins pretty much above the list here are doing better than Pulse right now. 58 on these leaderboards here in the peering. There's a lot of peerings here, but 58 of them. So, it's 2/3 or 60%. What else we got going at the moment? Let's jump down here. We've got ink printer there from good old Fast Abdul. He's in it for the tech, and that's up 12% there. We've got Pulse Puppy up 11.6% there. We've got Stake Death up 11.4%. Communist on the back of Hex, tied into the Hex T-share algorithm, is 11% there as well. We've got Pepe, which was actually doing really well, was it yesterday? That was up 10% now. And then we've got Top Hat there from good old Crypto Coffee, up 8.9% as well. And we've got PDC The Grays, funnily enough, hit 8,000. What a run PDC The Grays has had, right? What a run that has had. It's having a bit of a breather right now, but the chart's looking super good, isn't it? Look at that. That is PGC Grays, one of the 7, Magnificent 7, right? So very, very excited there. 0008. And look at that thing. A big W there, a big giant W. I don't know. I have to check out the TA on that, but it's looking pretty W-ish. This thing is about to go moon, guys. This is definitely blue chip, and maybe underperforming Pulse today, but it's already had the run, right? The run has been massive, and it looks like it's just having a little breather before it takes that next gauntlet there. Let's put the RSI in here and see what sort of room it's got to move here. Obviously, we're getting up to higher RSIs on a lot of the leaders here. Yeah, just breathed off there from 86 coming back down to 74 there on the daily. So that's looking to mark. Let's have a look for Ali. For Ali's come back. Oh, that looks very good chance it's going to go on the upside, right? So back down to the 60 there. That's looking very good. And if we can look at the weekly, it's got a bit more room to move here on this mark here. So, yeah, I definitely feel like it can try and, aggressively try and tack the all-time high, which is at 1.2 cents, right? Sorry, the 1/1200th of a penny, I should say. So, very, very cool there on this chart. So, not bad. Exciting stuff's happening there. So that is PGC The Grays. Where else? That's number 84. Let's see here. We've got pretty much everything else. We've got a Troper down here. We've got some of the OG WebChef tokens down here. Remember, for Vesta and Missor, they're up 6%. So underperforming Pulse right now, but still, with green candles on the back of Pulse, so some benefit there. And then we've got Phoenix and UpX token as well. I'm surprised to see UpX token down here. I'm just looking at liquidity on this one. That's on the back of Pulse, right? So let's look at that chart though. Oh, it's not, chart there. Yeah, that's been sold off here on UpX there. Obviously, maybe getting some relativity movements out of UpX there. For those that are using that protocol, let us know in the chat. So that is some of the marks there on the old Pulse chain. So we covered a few things there as well. I just want to quickly cover Titanx at the moment. Obviously, we're seeing Titanx get sold off again. So we're going to quickly cover that briefly. But we're really here to talk about Taurus. So Taurus there. At the moment, we're sitting at 6 euros 18.32 on the old daily price there for Titanx. The ETH at the moment, that's the ratio that we're really looking forward to look at, and that is definitely down. It's at pretty much all-time lows, guys. Look at that. That is pretty much. It actually made a new all-time low yesterday. We only just closed the day, so the low there was 10 zeros 4600. And this is way underpriced, right? Because this has got a big buy and burn in it. And of course, if the ETH gets to 15K, the whole buy and burn value is going to be worth around about $100 million. So this is really overdone. But this is what happens in markets. And so, buy low. That's all I can say, right? Buy low. And not many tokens are typically sitting on a big buy and burn, right? So the buy and burn at the moment, let's have a look. It is $16.8 million. So you got the relatively play in the short term. So people are playing short term, which makes sense to some degree. But you also got a way oversold position, which doesn't really make too much sense in my view. And there we are, 16.8 million. Supply side at the moment, sitting at 12.6 million. So you got a $4 million gap there between the buy and burn and liquidity. And of course, that doesn't include the payouts coming up on day 88. That's another $4.2 million. So you're almost at $21 million at the moment. And then, like I say, if we get the ETH gets to 15K and that's all still sitting there, then you're looking at $100 million plus with Dragon X and stuff like that. So keep that in the radar for picking up. So pick up where you buy low and you sell high later on. We're also waiting for Jake Sharp to launch his new utility using X28. So that's a probably talk for another day. But we're really come here to see Taurus. So let's go check out Taurus briefly. Taurus at the moment, this is from Cryptographics, a Pulse Chain Titanx influencer and now founder and developer. And of course, here we are at the moment. We had a big correction. And funny enough, I was talking about this yesterday. So that's pretty funny that happened today. We're sitting at the top of the day's candle at $9 or $10.06. We're now at $8.28. So that's kind of where we are on this ratio. But let's have a look at the ratio of Titanex, because Titanex is down, right? So Titanex is down, and so that would affect the US dollar price with Titanex getting pushed down. But here we are on the ratio. We actually reached 3 days ago. We got to 50.58 million Titanex per one Taurus. We're now at 46.55, so we're still looking pretty good. We're definitely down on the bottom of this local range the last 4 days, but that's still pretty good. But let's go have a look at the actual website and quickly check out the results at the moment on the good old Taurus. Very excited about tokenomics for this one. So, and now we know there's a roadmap, right? There's a roadmap of future use cases. There's going to be wrap Taurus, which means that it can be traded on NFT markets. It could be used for finance, buying and selling in secondary markets. There's lots of things happening there, and we know there's much more coming in the future, including Unity, which is going to be the same protocol pretty much, but on Pulse Chain, and then also the potential for Unity farms coming later on, but like Tink farms, but also that could be pretty exciting too. So we look forward to that. All right, so and I think there's something else as well I didn't mention, so that's coming up there. So yeah, let's have a look at the supplies. Supply is dwindling. 1,676 tokens left. 2,600 burned so far. These numbers are pretty crazy. We've still got a very low supply at this stage, so remember that. We're not expecting really a big supply move until day 27. And so, yeah, we've currently on day, 20? So another week before we start getting some significant supply that maybe the buy and burn and market buying and staking doesn't offset. And we're at 17.6 thousand, which is the low that I've seen so far. So looking really good at the moment. The shares is the main number that we're looking at, right? 2.44 billion. Everybody that comes after you gets a bit of the future supply. So it doesn't add. It's just it's getting added in a system wide, but you yourself as an individual aren't adding to the supply. You're just getting a share of the supply, right? So that's kind of the idea there. But every day, look, 98,500 tokens are being added every day, and the max supply there possibly could be is 125 million in the future. So yeah, it's a game changer there. So the first sort of 6 months going to be pretty interesting. So that's kind of the play there. Let's quickly look at the June dashboard and bring that up too, and we'll quickly look at the total results at the moment. So we're sitting at $383,000 at the moment going through. Obviously, this will be affected by the price of Titanex and, of course, the price of Ethereum. And we've got 82 ETH deposited so far. That would it's almost enough, to put it on the strategic ETH reserve, right? So if we go to the strategic ETH reserve, you've almost got, if we go right to the bottom of the list, 100. Well, actually, the list is changing, but we've got 101 here for Coinage Media, and we've got a new player coming on the list here, another treasury acquisition vehicle, guys, and that's just really small, but it's ETHZilla Corporation are coming on the list here. Isn't that funny? So this is hot off the press, guys. You guys hearing about it now, so that is insane. And we also got some other ones here, that it looks like it's coming too recently. It's a very small supply, relatively speaking, 137 ETH, but ETH treasury acquisition vehicle as well, and we've got more in the Moss Ethereum as well. Keep a lookout for all these players. We're going to see a lot more players come on this list, new players, not crypto players, and of course picking up Ethereum. But look, we've got entrants at the bottom here. Titanex could be here, right? Titanex, if you add it all up, just take the ETH and the Vault, you got 4,400. We could see DragonX or Helios even on this list. It's pretty crazy. So, if we had Titanex on this list, it would be somewhere like number 26, 27. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, someone's got to get it listed. Maybe Jake Sharp, if he's not aware, should get that listed. But definitely opportunities there for some of the Titanex little buy and burn reserves there to get themselves listed. Pretty exciting. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's jump down here. I think we're pretty close to 3 trillion has gone into Titanex. Let's quickly look, actually. I think we've got it on the supply stats. And we're going to scroll down here. Taurus, yeah, just shy of 3 trillion. Titanex has gone to the Taurus so far. So very successful, 2.95. We haven't seen quite a runaway yet, but I think we're getting a little pickup, guys. We haven't seen a runaway, but we are getting a little pickup there. 10.6 million is the future supply now we're expecting. And how many days in? We are currently 108 days in. So remember, it's 88 days max, and we've been going for 20 days. So we're now at 108 days is the max if you add that on. But this is the key chart we've been looking at as well. Just almost below 2 million on the news creation there. Isn't that crazy? We started off at about 4.7 million on day like 1 or 2 or something, day 2 maybe. And here we are at just over 2 million right now. It is shrinking. And this is this is part of the secret sauce of Taurus, is that this has flipped everything on its head from the Titanex tokenomics. And now basically There is a system addition to inflation, but that inflation is distributed amongst more and more people as more people come in and do creations. It is clever. And of course, staking as well. If you do staking as well, you're sharing the shares. A really genius idea. And I'm very excited to see it play out. So it is what we hear in crypto. One of the reasons, obviously, we like pumping bags, but the other one is, of course, we like to see really clever tokenomics. DeFi and some of the devs on here is really the new Wall Street, miles ahead of Wall Street. I mean, I've heard some people, players from Wall Street, say how innovative and fast crypto is compared to Wall Street these days. They might do some exotic, repackaging of mortgages, but here we are, on crypto doing frontier tokenomics. It is insane. And we've got brilliant people like cryptographics out there really thinking hard through a lot of the different protocols and tokenomics to make something really special. Now we're going to find out, but I like what I see straight up. So it's going to be fun to see it play out. All right, let's have a look here. And now we're finding out there's more roadmaps with this, more use cases coming up. We saw trade brawl as well, beginning of using Taurus. A nice giveaway there too. Very, very exciting. And of course, we also see there's an influencer giveaway as well for influencers carrying Taurus using that little baby miner that could turn into something big. We've got 1,309 creations at the moment, and we've got 133 stakes. Now, this is the key chart. This is the really one. What's happening with adoption in the chain? The more people come in, I think, from my point of view, the more self-fulfilling the protocol comes. But there is the other opposite scenario where you have less people. So, but I think the more people come in, the more value gets captured. And actually, I think the more fulfilling the maths actually plays out. So at the moment, we're actually seeing a little bit of a lift in the creations. Look at that. You see that? It's subtle. But, man, if we get a runaway here, I think this is going to be beautiful, guys. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah. So at the moment, we've got 40 creations, and then we've got 48 tomorrow. Yesterday, so 48. So we jumped up nicely. Are we going to get back into getting into like 100 plus creations like we did on day 2, 3, 4 sort of thing, day 5? That's going to be interesting. Can we actually start doing it? We're not seeing it quite yet. We're only, several hours into the protocol. But if we can actually get a bit of a puck up there into the 100, 200, that would be beautiful, beautiful thing. So we'll keep a lookout for that. But definitely got a little uplift there. I like that. I like what I'm seeing now. Staking, of course, quieted down. So that's going to dampen down that new supply. So this would make you think that the price will come down. Just even with a couple hundred tokens, if people are going to sell those as they come in, because we're getting into the short guys, right? The ROI mindset. So we get a few of those. So that's downward pressure from my point of view. But of course, maybe some of them decide, well, I'm not going to sell it down, play ROI. I like what I'm seeing with the roadmap, etc. Maybe they change their mind and they do some staking, right? They do some staking and they look at this reward and think, hey, I'll capture some of that. But we'll see. We know the ROI mindset is pretty powerful. That being said, of course, this is a staking protocol. So it will take probably at least 88 to 100 days for people to work out, hey, this is actually a really high yield staking protocol. Maybe something like that is what we see. So that's kind of the end game from my point of view. All right, we're up to an hour and 32 minutes. I think that's it. I think we've done it. We've got a great crowd watching at the moment, so big shout out to you. We are streaming the 3 YouTube channels, of course, on X as well. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button, hit the follow button, all that good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. It is hyper bullish, guys. It's so hyper bullish, you should just get so excited. It is really, really fun where we're heading with this market. It is so, so good. And it's the holy grail. We've got the perfect lineup. It's almost a dream come true. If you dreamed of all the fundamentals you could have, we've got them in play. Between President Trump and the golden age of America, and the Genius Act and the stable coins, and of course all these institutions and government states coming into crypto, payment systems, and then of course your Richard Hart is on the move. It's beautiful, beautiful thing. It's gonna be fun. All right, let's put on the magic. All right. A couple more comments to read out on the way out. Let's see here. Don't forget to check out the monster thread that is hot off the press. Only just came out like less than 48 hours ago, so check that out. T-Man and how's the LFG? Rockets to the moon, absolutely. Wookie says with this pump, Wookie's portfolio might get to $1. Yeah. Well, you started off with what, like 2 cents? So I think you're well on your way. Midnight in the house there. SEC officially allows crypto ETFs to create and redeem shares using Bitcoin and Ethereum directly instead of cash. Yeah, so a big deal there. We talked about that last year, so nice highlight there from Midnight. Definitely join the Strategy Club. There's the link if you want to join up today. Only $35 a month. Great value for there. We've got the monthly report coming out in probably about 2 days' time, so you don't want to miss that. What else there? Let me jump through some of this. We got next says Utah from Inferno, Ellie from Blaze, Brandon from Morpheus. All are now officially bridging their Titanex BOT coins, and that's their protocol coins, over to Pulse Chain for the liquidity web there with Eros. How about that? That's very exciting coming from Eros. So Eros is going to be, I think, a pretty big theme there with the Titanex Pulse Chain crossover, and we've got Titanex there from Eros there doing that. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good. We'll try and keep track of that too. Nice one, says Brennan. Bridging all Titanex coins and making LP with Titanex over on Pulse X28 PL6 Hex Titanex Hex. Yeah, that's perfect timing too. Fantastic stuff happening here. So very cool. Wouldn't it be crazy if all those devices being sent was sent to every Hexkin and was a note saying thank you? That'd be pretty cool, Pulse player. But of course, I think it's probably going to new capital. New people coming over, new opportunities, new dreams are going to become true. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We've had a great crowd today, and yeah, get ready. I mean, the match is nearly struck. Be ready for greatness. Lots of things happening. I think even every day from now on, it's going to be pretty cool. All right, take care, and I will see you guys in the next show tomorrow. And enjoy. The banana part of the curve is about to happen. Peace out.
Not a mystery. It is a repeat of the debt cycle. They are rolling the debts. They are doing the same thing each cycle. It's not to do with a halving cycle, nothing to do with any of that. It's all driven by liquidity cycle and funding of debts. Each phase, we get phase 1 of the banana zone, banana number 1. The corrective zone, banana number 2 comes. Another correction, banana number 3. So this is the banana zone. So that's what happened in 2020. 2021, off we go. Sorry, that was 2017, which again looks very similar to this one. That was the last one. Here we are now. It can't be clearer to me. I've shown you the macro evidence, the technical evidence, the sentiment evidence. Everything here suggests to me that hold on to your hats, don't fuck this up, don't lose control of your tokens, don't use leverage, don't get your wallet hacked, just sit with it. Be careful, don't get FOMO, do all of the right things, and we'll go up to the next phase of correction zone. That's going to be harder, because the next one that happens, we'll have a 35% drop, and you'll all say, is it over? And you'll definitely be sure it's over, and everybody on Twitter will tell you it's over, and it won't be over. By our work, we suggest that because of the elongation of the business cycle, because rates were higher for longer, the forward-looking liquidity suggests that, again, probabilistically speaking, without any guarantees, this whole thing goes into Q1, maybe Q2 of 2026, which would align with Trump's, trying to win the midterms as well. So everything's lined up for us. I think it started. So keep the faith, keep building stuff, and let's keep driving Siri forward with all of this. Thank you.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.